Habit stacking. This approach builds new habits by connecting them directly to routines you already perform reliably every day, creating a chain where one action seamlessly leads to the next. Take brushing your teeth in the evening. You could stack flossing right after it, or follow your morning alarm with a quick stretch. The beauty lies in using the established habit as a trigger, so you don't need to carve out extra time or rely on memory. James Clear popularized it in his 2018 book Atomic Habits, but the concept echoes earlier ideas from behavioral psychologists like B.F. Skinner on chaining responses. It stands out because it minimizes decision-making fatigue. Your brain treats the stack as one unit over time. This technique shines for busy people aiming to incorporate wellness practices like hydration or gratitude journaling, leading to compounded improvements without feeling overwhelmed. The 2-minute rule. To apply this, you reduce the initial commitment of a habit to something that takes 2 minutes or less, emphasizing the act of beginning over completion. If you aim to write daily, start with just opening your notebook and jotting one sentence. For fitness, lace up your shoes without pressuring yourself to work out fully. This tackles the common hurdle of inertia, where big goals feel daunting and get postponed indefinitely. Drawn from Atomic Habits by James Clear, it aligns with research on procrastination showing that starting small activates the brain's reward centers early. What sets it apart is its scalability. Once the tiny version becomes automatic, you can gradually add more without resistance. Users often report breakthroughs in long-stalled areas like language learning or decluttering, as the rule reframes habits from chores to effortless starters. Implementation intentions. These involve crafting precise, conditional statements that outline when, where, and how you'll perform a behavior, turning abstract goals into concrete scripts. For example, if I arrive home from work at 6 p.m., then I'll change into workout clothes and do yoga for 20 minutes. Peter Gollwitzer, a German psychologist, introduced the concept in the late 1990s after experiments revealed that such plans boost goal attainment by up to 300%. It differs from vague resolutions by bridging the intention-behavior gap, using situational cues to bypass willpower dips. This matters in real life for sustaining changes amid distractions, like sticking to budgets or medical regimens, where studies show it helps everyone from students to patients manage complex schedules more reliably. Temptation bundling. In this method, you link an obligatory but unenjoyable task with a pleasurable activity, restricting the enjoyment to occur only alongside the duty. Imagine reserving your binge-watching sessions for treadmill time or indulging in fancy coffee solely while reviewing finances. Behavioral economist Katie Milkman at Wharton School developed it through studies on self-control, finding that it harnesses hedonic hotspots in the brain to offset aversion. Unlike sheer discipline, it creates positive associations that can endure even after unbundling. Historical parallels appear in productivity hacks like listening to music during chores, but Milkman's research formalized it for modern applications. It's particularly valuable for procrastinators building habits in exercise or housework, as the immediate reward counters the delayed benefits, fostering consistency through enjoyment rather than grit. Environment design. You intentionally modify your physical or digital spaces to cue desired behaviors while obstructing unwanted ones, making the path of least resistance lead to positive outcomes. Stock your desk with healthy snacks and water, or install app blockers during focus hours to limit distractions. James Clear details this in Atomic Habits, inspired by environmental psychology, showing how context shapes up to 50% of our actions subconsciously. It originated from industrial designs in the early 20th century, like assembly lines optimizing worker efficiency. What makes it unique is its passive nature, no active motivation required, as the setup does the heavy lifting. This approach proves essential for long-term success in areas like diet or study habits, where subtle tweaks, such as plate size for portion control, yield outsized results by aligning surroundings with goals. Habit tracking. This entails systematically recording each instance of your habit, using tools from basic checklists to sophisticated apps that graph trends over time. You might tally daily steps on a fitness tracker or note meditation sessions in a journal with notes on mood. The visual accumulation builds a "don't break the chain" mentality, famously used by comedian Jerry Seinfeld for consistent writing. Rooted in operant conditioning from the 1930s, it provides tangible feedback that reinforces neural pathways. Unlike passive methods, tracking offers data for analysis, revealing patterns like weekend slumps. It's widely adopted in fields from sports training to therapy, empowering users to refine habits in reading or saving money by celebrating streaks and adjusting based on insights, ultimately turning effort into visible progress. The habit loop. At its core, this model describes habits as a repeating sequence. A cue initiates the craving, the routine delivers the response, and the reward solidifies the cycle for future repetitions. Consider stress, cue, prompting snacking, routine, with the sugar rush, reward, ensuring it happens again. Charles Duhigg unpacked it in his 2012 book, The Power of Habit, synthesizing neuroscience from labs studying addiction and marketing tactics from companies like Procter & Gamble. It distinguishes itself by offering a diagnostic tool, identify the loop's parts to intervene, such as replacing junk food with fruit while keeping the cue. This framework has revolutionized areas like corporate habit engineering and personal recovery programs, explaining why habits form deeply and providing a roadmap to rewire them for better health, productivity, or relationships without brute force. Identity-based habits. Rather than targeting specific outcomes, you cultivate habits by aligning them with a desired self-image, repeatedly affirming, "I am the kind of person who," to internalize the change. For quitting smoking, shift from trying to quit to being a non-smoker, letting actions flow from that core belief. James Clear in Atomic Habits builds on identity research from psychologists like William James, who noted how self-perception drives behavior. It sets itself apart by fostering intrinsic motivation, resistant to external fluctuations like stress or setbacks. Real-world applications span elite athletes embodying champion mindsets to everyday transformations in professionalism or parenting. This deep-rooted shift ensures habits endure, as they become expressions of who you are rather than temporary fixes. Tiny habits. B.J. Fogg's system from Stanford University advocates starting with microscopically small behaviors, securing them to daily anchors, and sealing with an immediate emotional celebration to embed positivity. After using the bathroom, do one wall push-up and whisper, "Great job." The anchor cues it, and the cheer releases dopamine. Fogg refined this over 20 years of lab work and coaching thousands, emphasizing scalability from tiny seeds. Unlike ambitious overhauls that fail quickly, it avoids overwhelm by leveraging brain plasticity through joy. It's especially potent for those with low confidence or packed lives, applying to skills like language learning or emotional regulation, where gradual expansion turns initial sparks into robust routines through consistent feel-good reinforcement. Accountability partners. You select a trusted individual or group to share your habit goals with, establishing regular updates where they offer feedback and encouragement without harsh judgment. This could mean texting a friend after each gym visit or attending monthly meetings with a study buddy to review progress. What distinguishes it is the interpersonal dynamic, harnessing our innate desire for approval to bolster self-regulation. Research indicates it increases adherence by 65% or more, ideal for tough habits like sobriety or entrepreneurship. By blending support with mild pressure, it transforms solitary struggles into shared journeys, building resilience through connection and mutual growth.